Hi friends, welcome to this video column, and today we are going to talk about a very lesser known subject. It's called Durand Line. And Durand Line has been actually at the core of what has been happening in Afghanistan. The way we have seen Afghanistan has been ravaged, Afghanistan has been part of the great game, the you can say the tug of war between major superpowers. Everybody wants to control Afghanistan because of its geostrategic position, because of the geopolitics. That's a different matter. But the kind of destruction which Afghanistan has witnessed over the last so many decades. So somewhere the origin of this lies in Durand Line also. Now this Durand Line came into existence on 12th November 1893. It's a 1600 kilometer long border, and how it came into existence? A British diplomat, Mortimer Durand, and Abdur Rahman, the then king of Afghanistan, had signed an agreement. It was only a 7 para agreement, mind you. It was only a 7 para agreement, and how it was signed, that is also very interesting. Without any cartographic actions, without any field surveys, these two sat together, and they had an agreement, and on a very small piece of paper. And I'm mentioning again, there was no field survey. On a small piece of paper on which there was map of Afghanistan, Mortimer Durand, he drew that line, and the king of Afghanistan agreed to it. Why he agreed to it, we will come to that later also. But this is an amazing and unbelievable thing, I would say, that just on paper you draw a line and you create a 1600 kilometer long border. And because of the Durand Line, the Afghanistan gave almost about, you can say, 40,000 square miles of its land to the British, and they became largely the British administered area. Today, after Pakistan has been created in 1947, the Durand Line passes through Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of Pakistan, which is also called Northwest Frontier Province, federally administered tribal areas, that is FATA, and Balochistan. Now, so when this Durand Line was created, what did it do? It ensured that British had the then British government, they got who were ruling India, and they got 40,000 square miles of additional land. And mentioning again that this line was drawn on a small paper, and this is how it was created. And the impact was that 50% of the Pashtun population or Pakhtun population of Afghanistan, and 50% of the Pakhtun geographical area, so that was also given to the British, and it created a very unnatural kind of a divide in Afghanistan. So you can say it's like the way India was partitioned in 1947. So Afghanistan was partitioned in 1893. Many people say that the reason for this was that the annual subsidy which Britain used to give to Afghanistan, it was increased from a mere rupees 12 lakh per annum to rupees 18 lakh per annum. But the real facts tell us something else. But before we go ahead, we'll talk about Mortimer Durand, on whose name this Durand Line is there. He was a British diplomat. Interestingly, was born in Bhopal, which is in the state of Madhya Pradesh in India. His father was Major General Sir Henry Durand, and Sir Henry Durand was the illegitimate son of the Duke of Northumberland in UK. Mortimer Durand's father, that is Major General Henry Durand, he was notorious for what he did in 1857 after the War of Independence in India happened in 1857. So when the Britishers made a counter-offensive, he was instrumental in perpetrating many brutal acts. He ensured that a lot of villages were burned down, men were killed, and he used all kind of brutal tactics. So that was Major General Henry Durand. And interestingly, his son, that is Mortimer Durand, so at the age of 7 he went to Switzerland for education, and then he came back and he joined the Indian Civil Services at that time, and later on he joined the Indian Foreign Service and he became a diplomat. Now, when he went to Afghanistan in 1893, his mandate was not to get a deal signed. His official mandate was that there was a tension going on between Russia and Afghanistan at that time, and the British at that time did not want to have a clash with Russia. So in between you have Afghanistan, on one side you had Russia, and on one side you had Britain. And the key concern of the Britain was that it did not want to have a clash with Russia, because it thought that Russia is trying to take away the jewel in the crown, that is India. So that was one of the major concerns. It's also known as the Great Game. It happened in started in 18th century. It went on in 19th century, 20th century, and it is still on. But we are witnessing in Afghanistan is the Great Game. We'll talk about the Great Game in another video, that what exactly is the Great Game and why Afghanistan has such crucial geostrategic importance. Anyway, so Sir Durrant reached there, and he stayed there for 7 weeks. His official mandate was that Russia was complaining that the Amir of Afghanistan, the King of Afghanistan, is not honoring a treaty which Afghanistan had signed with Russia in 1873. So they should respect that treaty, and they should not go for further territorial expansion. And Sir Durrant was assisted by a very interesting character. His name is Salter Paine. Now, Salter Paine was actually very close to the King of Afghanistan, and Salter Paine was a British intelligence agent. He was planted in the court of, or in Darbar of the King of Afghanistan, and he gained his confidence like anything. So now in 1893, when this meeting between Mortimer Durrant and the King of Afghanistan happened, what happened at that meeting? Interestingly, there was no other Afghan in the room except the King of Afghanistan. And this 7-para agreement of Durrant Line, it was signed between the King of Afghanistan and Sir Durrant in English and not in Persian. The King of Afghanistan knew Persian, he did not know English. And as I mentioned, there was no other Afghan, there was no other interpreter, there was nobody else there in the room. And nobody knows what happened in that room, but they signed a treaty. The King of Afghanistan gave away 40,000 square miles of area. He gave away 15% of Pakhtun population also. And this is how it happened. So, it's very strange, because the King of Afghanistan was actually known to be very particular about expanding the territorial footprint of Afghanistan. In fact, during his regime, the Afghanistan expanded its footprint 3 times. The size of Afghanistan became 3 times. His name was Abdur Rahman. He was also known as a tyrant. Many people say that he was a good administrator. There are many stories related to Abdur Rahman, who was the King of Afghanistan at that time, but we'll talk about that at some other time. So now the questions which are being raised about this Durrant Line is that why the King of Afghanistan agreed to give away land when he was known to have expanded Afghan territories 3 times. He had even clashed with Russia over the issues of territory. So why would he give away? And why there was no Afghan in the room? Why the 7-para agreement signed in English and not in Persian? And as I mentioned, that Amir didn't know the English. And the most interesting thing is that Salter Paine, who was a clerk earlier in India, he had come from England, he was uneducated, he was a technical hand, and he was planted in the court of King of Afghanistan. Salter Paine, within the 1 month of signing of this Durrant Line, he was awarded knighthood. What did he do? That he was, or why was he awarded knighthood? Nobody has explained it so far. Interestingly, so as I mentioned, that in November the agreement gets signed, and the New Year list of knighthood, which came 1 month after that. So Salter Paine's name was there, and that was the time of there was no internet, there were no emails, so it must have taken substantial time to transfer the information from Afghanistan to London. That's what Salter Paine has done, and still he got the knighthood. And Sir and Mortimer Durand, he was also in the same list, and both of them were given equal status. So now here is a foreign diplomat, and here you have a clerk who was working on salary at the court of King of Afghanistan, and both of them are awarded knighthood within 1 month of the signing of Durand Agreement. So this is how it happened. The most plausible reason, which many commentators have given about that why King of Afghanistan decided to give this away, was that he was not well. He used to have a lot of fits, and also used to become unconscious, especially since 1890s. And during one of that, taking advantage of his illness, taking advantage of his ill health, and his capability at that time not being able to take the right decision, and because Salter Paine had huge influence on the King of Afghanistan. So all these factors, so it was a premeditated plan under which Sir Mortimer Durand went there on the pretext of easing out tensions with Russia. But in reality, the whole idea of the British was to take more territory from Afghanistan, and this is how the Durand Line was drawn. And tribes were divided, families were divided. Just imagine, on a paper somebody draws a line of 1600 kilometer, and the country is divided. So this is what happened with the Durand Line, and many commentators, many historians have also questioned the validity or legality of this Durand Line also, because ideally the British, who had signed a treaty with the state of Kalat, which was largely Balochistan at that time, so they should have taken them into confidence, and it should have been a tripartite agreement. But the British did not even tell Balochistan, or the British did not even tell the state of Kalat that they have done this agreement with the King of Afghanistan. So this is a story about Durand Line. We will soon be back with another story, and keep watching our YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nationalist View, and we also have a website, thenationalistview.com. You can go to that website and read in text many such stories. Till we come with the next video, thank you.